Hey guys, it's Brendan from Best Life Weight Loss, and today's bike vlog, we're going to be talking about water. You know, the power of water. I've been talking about it on all of my videos, and there's something that I implemented last month. You know, if you saw the short, I talked about this, that I got one right here, 16.9 ounces, doesn't really matter, I say 16 ounces is good. I buy the 40 pack of this, it's like 5 something. And what I do is, you know, what I started last month, go to sleep, have one bottle near me. When I wake up, I want to drink that entire bottle of water. You know, as you know, if you've been following, that as soon as I wake up, I like to hit the bike. I like to get my cardio in. And one thing that I've always had an issue with, because I'm always drinking water, but my mouth is always dry. So last month, I forgot, I think it was a Chris Bumstead video where he was just kind of talking about water before doing certain things. And I was like, man, it gave me that idea of like, huh, okay. So, you know, he mentioned water before and after meals. So I started implementing that as well. You know, I'll sip on water while I'm eating, but before you start your meal, I recommend trying to consume 8, if not 16 ounces of water beforehand. And having that water beforehand can actually help you, or not only help your digestion, but it's going to help you reduce the amount of food you're going to want to eat because your stomach's already starting to get fuller. And then when I would, you know, I'm getting done, I'm drinking water the entire time. I don't want to drink that entire bottle right when I get done eating. So what I would do is now 30 minutes usually set a timer on my watch. 30 minutes after I eat, I want to consume 16 ounces of water. And by doing that, it's like, that dryness in my mouth is gone since last month. It doesn't happen anymore. But by doing that, it's not only helping my body function properly, because, you know, when you're doing a lot of cardio, you're obviously sweating a lot, you're losing a lot of electrolytes and nutrients when you sweat. And the water, obviously, you know, I was thinking about implementing like liquid IV into my water, but not there yet. I'm still just using regular water. And for now, I feel hydrated enough with just the regular water from what I'm doing. But what's been really going on is the mental aspect of the water. It's crazy. And what I mean by that is, what kind of gave me the whole idea for this video was when I woke up today, I was hungry. I've gotten down my routine. My body has kind of gotten used to how I do things. So usually right when I wake up, you know, I don't feed my body. So he's usually not that hungry. But boy, when I woke up, I was hungry. And I had this slight thought of, man, maybe I skip the workout and I just go eat. And then I came to my senses. I grabbed my bottle of water and I drank that entire 16 ounces bottle of water. I didn't chug it like I usually do. I sipped on it. I gave myself like 20 minutes after waking up and drinking that water. Used the bathroom. I got on the bike. But when I started drinking that water, just halfway down that water, I could feel my body, and it was good. I could feel my body was good. And I was like, wow. Oh, no, I'm definitely going to work out. And I don't know if that was just like mind-body connection, but at that moment I knew. I was like, oh, hell yeah, I can hit this. And there's something yesterday that happened too, whereas I had my meal. I started just playing the game. A couple hours had passed. I was already hungry. I was way hungrier than I should have been at that time, like the time frame. Now, mind you, you know, I've been working out really hard. I've been implementing a lot of different exercises. So that's probably why I'm getting more hungry throughout the day. And one thing yesterday was that fucking water. I grabbed my water and just drinking 8 ounces, because, you know, it's a 16-ounce bottle. So if I drink half, that's 8 ounces. Just drinking 8 ounces of water, I could feel the hunger subsiding. Now, I can't tell you if that's like a mental thing or if that's like your body absorbing the water and tricking yourself. I don't know what's going on, but I was able to maintain not eating until later on, where I was able to implement fruits. And I think I had pineapples yesterday. Oh, love pineapples. But I was just drinking and consuming water till about 7, 8 o'clock, where I had my pineapples. And just consuming that water, it is changing how I feel in my stomach. And it's like, wow, it's really at this point where it's like, before, maybe 7 months ago, I was doing that anyway. I was implementing the water, and I would have to like drink a lot of water, and I'd have to chug and drink like 16 to 20 ounces just to make myself feel kind of full and kind of be good. And it worked. But now I feel like, because I'm implementing more water, it's like the water is more effective. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just more volume I'm doing, so the water is helping my body overall. But the concept of the water is just, it is really the lifeblood of the workout at this point, you know? Your main point is always going to be maintaining your calorie deficit, staying consistent with your cardio. Those are your two main points. If you don't have that, you don't have your foundation. But implementing your water, I'm finding out that's going to be part of your foundation. And I'm almost 2 years into my journey, and I'm really starting to see that now, how important hydration is, you know. And what I want to start doing next is trying to implement electrolytes and different vitamins into my water. You know, I see that I've been doing a little bit of research, and it seems to be, might be something I'm doing. Haven't implemented that yet. But just with regular ass water, I've been achieving my goals at a higher exponential rate. You know, I weighed myself yesterday, and I'm 222. You know, if you saw my other videos, you know I had a gnarly cheat day. Probably fucking consumed like 3,000-4,000 calories. So it set me back. And I'm right here back on my fucking, right here where I want to be again, you know? And water is one of the main things that I feel like is helping me achieve that goal. And I have my bottles of water, and I have my cold water. My cold water is there when I'm having meals, when I'm sitting there playing the game and I'm just gonna sip on it. And then I have my instances where it's like, you know, so the water stations were, before I go to sleep, I would drink a bottle of water. And before going to sleep, I would drink the water. It's like, oh man, you drink the water before you sleep, you gotta pee, right? Yeah, sometimes I wake up, gotta pee. But I found that with my new levels of water consumption, consuming water before, after meals, it's improving my sleep. You know, I'm able to sleep longer. I'm able to feel rested with less sleep now. And I don't know if that's just my body has the proper nutrients it needs, because, you know, I'm consuming my fruits, my vegetables. I'm not taking any supplements yet. You know, I don't feel like I need to right now. Maybe eventually I might need some kind of something, but right now, you know, almost 2 years in, 140 something pounds lost, no supplements, nothing, just calorie deficit, consistent cardio, and, you know, consuming a lot of water. And I would highly recommend that you guys try implementing this kind of water station mindset, or just try and implement water a little bit more. You know, 16 ounces, you know, if you're not doing fucking 2 hours of cardio every week, if you're not doing 2 hours of cardio a day, you might not need to consume 16 ounces here and there. So if you're doing, you know, an hour of cardio, 30 minutes of cardio, I recommend just 8 ounces. Start with 8 ounces. When you wake up, drink 8 ounces of water. Before your meal, drink 8 ounces of water. And see the difference from before, where you would just have your meal. Try having that water beforehand. try 20-30 minutes after that meal having, 8 ounces of water. And I promise you, if you implement a little bit more water into all of your daily tasks, you're gonna feel great. Even at work now. I'm at work and I'll look at the time and be like, oh, it's been 2 hours. Let me go drink 16 ounces of water. And like I said, you're gonna have to find how much water to drink works for you. But yeah, I'm done rambling. I hope you got the gist of it and start your journey today. Stay positive.